Principal Madam is not there. So let me request the Vice Principal Madam and the HOD of Department of Commerce to give the welcome address, also introduce the Department of Commerce, and also one more responsibility to introduce the guest as well. Over to you, Bapat Madam.
Okay. Thank you, Bhagat Madam. On behalf of Thane Jilla Agri Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, I welcome today's guest. First of all, good evening to all of you. Today is our inauguration program of Commerce Department, so I take this opportunity to welcome you all on this occasion. In the today's competitive world, students are expected to acquire with wide range of knowledge, skill, and attributes. Department of Commerce takes initiative for the overall development of the students and give them practical knowledge, skills which help them to face the competitive world. Simultaneously, personality development of student is also given priority. Our department conducts various curricular and co-curricular activities uh, to stand with the vision of exploring new horizons together with collective wisdom. Madam, we organize various activities throughout the year, such as seminars, conferences, workshops, quiz, poster making competition, and we organize the guest lectures of various eminent personalities from the industry as well as from the academy. We also plan industrial visit every year. We had a visit to Shahapur industry. Then we also visited JNPT port area. Just last year, we were not able to visit because of the pandemic situation. Then the department is having a monthly publication called Commerce Insight, where we are publishing monthly articles, which is contributed by the teachers and student members. So this is a very what active activity which we are conducting, and I like to tell that our department is also having a departmental library. Currently, because of online lectures or this pandemic situation, the students are not visiting the college. But otherwise, we keep our specimen copies in that library. It is there in the staff room itself, and it is totally administered by our student members only. So where while they are learning management, in management they learn coordination and organizing and reporting. So these all things they actually do when they are participating in all these activities. Even we ask our students to give sometimes to give the introduction of the guest and to give the vote of thanks. So that builds their confidence to come on the stage and to contribute. So this is how the working of the department is there throughout the year. Now for this today's guest lecture, Women in HR, I am very happy that we are having a very apt person who is a very knowledgeable and I will say hardworking person. I know her from many years, and I have seen her graph of improvement and growing. And I am quite sure that today she will be delivering a very good lecture which will help our students to enlighten, to improve their career in future. Her actually biodata is having a great weightage, but briefly to say a few words about her, I will brief it in a short manner regarding Dr. Pramila Patil. Let me introduce her. Dr. Pramila Patil, she is the assistant professor in SNDT University, Pune, and she is having 13 years of teaching experience. She is invited as resource person for in the seminars and also invited as a guest lecture in several renowned colleges. The list of the colleges is very vast, so I have written several colleges. She is also the member of Board of Studies, Faculty in Commerce at Vaze Kelkar College, Mulund, and Joshi Bedekar College, Thane. She has published various research papers in the national and international conferences. She has won Best Award at B.Ed College, Saraswati Vidya College of Education Research, and she's also honored with Adarsh Dombivli Award in the field of education in 2019. So, welcome, madam, to our department, commerce department, as well as our college. Uh, now, well, yes, the entire lecture is now yours, madam. You can take charge of it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you, Bapat madam. And before we start with the lecture, I would like Pramila madam to put on the camera. Also, Bapat madam and Rupali madam. And if some students can put on the camera, we can take the pic screenshot for our record in the initial period only, and then we will continue the lecture if you feel so. Pramila madam?
my camera is on. I am visible. Am I?
Yes, yes, Pramila Patil, madam, is visible.
Okay.
Yeah. Other students, Rupali madam, you also please put on the camera so that we can take a pic for our record. Rupali madam, can you take the screenshot?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you so much, madam, for introducing Dr. Pramila Patil. Yes, she's a close friend of mine as well. And welcome. So delighted to see you and hear from you. And we have always wondered, students, that a lot of girl students are coming into this field. And when we see, look at the class also, almost three benches are full with girls and only one row of boys. So we always think that so many girls are coming and they will be entering into different career fields. And initially, there were only male into the HR field, and therefore, a lot of challenges are being faced when women enter into a different field. And so we thought that you are an apt person to guide regarding not only the role of women but also the challenges faced. So I hope you will cover both these topics. And welcome again, and all yours, madam. The platform is all yours.
Yeah,
You can start. Yeah.
thank you, madam. First of all, I would like to thank Principal Dr. Jyoti Kohane, madam, Head of the Department of Commerce, Dr. Anuja Bapat, Dr. Kishori Bhagat, madam, and of course Rupali, madam, who is behind the curtain. I have not seen her, but she is managing, and of course we know everyone. Can't say the years, but at least 15 to 16 years back, memories of Pragati College, I can recollect those memories. And of course, today's day, we have International Literacy Day, and as Madam has shared her experience, classroom experience, we can see that, as she said, that now girls are dominating the classrooms. Of course, the literacy rate was very less, and there were various social reformers who took this motto and have taken the initiative to reach to uh, give more focus on women literacy. And on this today's auspicious day, we are talking about women in HR. It gives me immense pleasure to deal with this topic. Of course, I'll be sharing my slide. Madam, will you please stop sharing your screen so that
Rupali
I,
madam? Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
yes. Just let me know whether the screen is visible to all. And also, my voice, should I raise it further? Is it audible to all?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, thank you, Ria. As requested, madam, even our students have joined the meeting,
Yeah,
the
thank
lecture.
you so
So
much.
few
Yeah.
of our students, yeah. Few of our SNDT Women's University Department of Commerce students have also joined. Yeah, is this slide visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So we are going to talk today about women in HR. Of course, I belong to the university, which is for women. It's SNDT Women's University. Many of us just call it as SNDT because it's known that SNDT is for women's. I am Dr. Pramila Patil, from Department of Commerce, Pune, SNDT Women's University. Our university is having three campuses. One is at Churchgate, the other is at Pune, and in Juhu. I belong to the Pune campus, and it gives me immense pleasure to join with Pragati College for this their Silver Jubilee celebration and the lecture series which they have organized. And being the part of the inaugural session, it's a proud moment for me. Thank you once again to all the organizers for giving me this opportunity uh, to share or to join you in these Silver Jubilee celebrations. Of course, you can make out that the women and the title of this lecture has been written in pink, but no more pink should be considered as only the color should be symbolize feminism or for female. But then too, I tried to make it pink. Uh, as the flow of my lecture or this session, we are going to discuss about women in HR. And yes, of being from a commerce background, everyone are means I think that the students from by first year, second year, and third year have joined here, and so a few of them might be just new to the commerce fraternity. And for them, just the basics of HR, I would like to just highlight some few slides are on basics of HR or what are the roles of HR managers in general. And then we will slightly move on to our theme, that is women in HR. And of course, Madam has shared that we also have to look into the fact that women face several challenges. There are several issues while handling the work life and the family life. And in this, how few of the women have uh, made it to reach the topmost position in the corporate world and also in the global corporates scenario. We have our Indian, we can say, footprints, and that is how my flow of presentation will be. Uh, some of the few top key roles and responsibilities of HR manager, I have tried to just bring it in one slide as a flow. You can see here. Yes, HR starts with human resource planning. Now, we as a human resource management person, basically I have also done my MBA in HR, human resource management. And at that time, I realized that whatever we learn at our college level or undergraduate or postgraduate level, many more things are to be exposed. More in depth we should get exposed, and that exposure is when you go for any masters, or you can have your own self learning when you want to when you are eager to join in HR field. And that gave me a deep insight about HR or human resource management as such. So basically, when we are thinking about the responsibilities of HR manager, it starts with HRP, that is human resource planning. That is what kind of human resource, what amount of human resource, what quality the human resource should have, and that is followed by the second stage, that is a job analysis and a design, that what kind of work the employees are supposed to perform, and to perform that job what kind of capabilities or competencies should be borne by the employees. So both the ends, what kind of employees do we want, and what qualities, what capabilities the employees should have, and accordingly the analysis, that is job analysis, and the job is designed. And the next step is, of course, we call it as recruitment and selection. That is hiring of candidates. we give advertisements, and there are nowadays there are various platforms and through all those digital platforms we can get different sources from where we can get our candidates to perform our HR roles. And the next is monitor performance. Monitor performance in the sense, for the purpose which we have appointed them, we need to see or check whether the staffing of these employees have been done in the right way. That is, staffing nothing but right person at right place at right time. And if it goes wrong, the entire corporate has to suffer huge losses. And so continuous monitoring of performance is required. And if at all if we find any deviance between what we expected from these employees and what they actually perform, there are many strategies which can be devised. And after all, means of course, there are some conflicts or conflicting issues which may also come out after the monitoring of performance, and that can be done by resolving the conflicts. And here the HR manager's role is very crucial. He is the one who should have the vision to the organization to have a balanced and a sustainable goal for the entire organization. That's how he will be able to maintain the work culture. Now the term work culture has evolved long, means it's a very we can say holistic concept of inclusiveness of every employee's means his personal goals aligned with the organizational goal only can take the organization at the heights, and that is only by having a we can say a good work culture at an organization. And to have that, we should have proper training and development practices, mentoring, counseling. Different sessions are run by the organizations, and nowadays there are various digital platforms available wherein how to enhance the capabilities and skills of the employees can be available even online. Because I'm using this term digital as because with this COVID pandemic, lots of challenges have been faced by the HR managers, and to cope up with these challenges, digital platforms have come at their rescue. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yes, okay, thank you. And then considering the requirement of the employees, where they lag behind, what are the deficiencies, which again, after the evaluation of training and development policies, which have been recognized by the HR manager, it's possible for the manager to design a proper workplace policy. What are the hazards, or what kind of ambience is required, what kind of workplace design is required for the employees to work in an efficient manner. And the other things are regarding ensure health and safety of employees and rewards and incentives. Of course, the motivational part of the employees has to be considered to boost the morale. This in general are the top key roles or the responsibilities of HR manager. Let's move on to the next slide. In general, we can see that a HR manager should be more compassionate because he's not alone in the organization. He has to take everyone along with him and gel up with each and every person, and he needs to show empathy. I hope everybody knows what empathy is. Empathy is misunderstood as a part of pity. It is not pity, it is not sympathy, but it is empathy, that is putting yourself at the shoes of others. मतलब अगर हम खुद को पिंच देते हैं तो हमें महसूस होता है कि हमें कितनी चोट हो रही है. वैसे ही अगर हम दूसरों को पिंच होते हुए देख रहे हैं, हम दूसरों को कुछ नुकसान पहुंचाते हैं, तो हमें वो खुद महसूस करना चाहिए कि उसकी जगह मैं होता तो मुझे क्या और कैसे महसूस होता. That is empathy. That feeling of empathy should be there in an HR manager. Only then, considering the issues or the problems or the difficulties the employees face at the workplace will be realized by himself. So they should show empathy. Right, then they connect better with both younger workforce, male and female. Of course, here comes the means a line between, which will we have to be removed to have a gender bias. Both male and female workforce. He is a one HR man. He or she, the HR manager, should be able to gel up with entire workforce from younger to the senior, from male, female, every strata or every demography should be connecting well. He should get connected with every demographic, we can say, within his organization, and he has to be very stable. Now, stable in the sense not regarding his position in the organization, stable in the sense he should be very stable in mind. He should be very much cool and calm, and this salary expectation is less because normally HR managers are not highly, we can say, they don't get high packages or perks are very less, but they should consider the compensation, which as because they are engaged in designing the compensation policies, they should even consider this part effectively. Now, as our today's theme is on women in HR, since from beginning, whenever we see the platform after graduation and we are entering into post graduation, or we are applying for CAT to get admissions into reputed like IIM for our business administration degree, masters in business administration, it can be seen that majority of girls graduate or women graduate are having the inclination towards HR rather than having inclination, means I'm not talking about the current situation, but long back it has been seen. There is a data which we can see on the screen that it has been considered or it has been viewed as a female profession. Even at MBA level for HR, more female graduates are opting for doing masters in business administration with a specialization in HR rather than going to marketing and finance. But now the trend has shifted, right? Okay, now as said by Chris Doe, but women are perceived to have, why they are more attracted towards HR as such. Now he, according to him, he says, but women are perceived to have better soft skills than men, and at some point, empathy and people skills do have to come on the agenda. Of course, to be an HR person, you should have empathy and people skills, human skills, personal, or we can say personal skills, and women are perceived to have such kind of skills than men. This is not me. This is quoted by somebody, means a great expert, Chris Joe. Another thing, another statement you can see here, while Holsum, with reference to the work of a linguist, Deborah Tennant, he observes that the language between boys and girls is very similar until the age of 7. And then boys develop the language of competition while girls develop the language of cooperation. Now, why is it so? Because they are groomed in such a manner right from childhood that you have to live in a family, you have to take care of your family, you have to cooperate with each other, you have to work along with, and because of such kind of grooming, the language of girls at the age of after 7, it becomes more of cooperation, and as it is more of cooperation, they are more inclined towards means having better soft skills, better people skills, and having good PR. And that's why female were more inclined toward HR as a profession to begin with. What attraction was there to female or women was to join as in an HR department in the area of HR. The pursuit of HR as a women profession still persists. This image that is though people-based, soft and empathetic, and all about helping employees work through issues leaves it largely populated by women. But we can see here, I'm just hiding this. According to HR study in United States, women represent 73%. The study was conducted in 2014. 73% of HR managers' roles and have been taken by women, and 55% of C-suite HR executives were men. And so we can see here the majority of the proportion of HR job has been taken up by women as such. But nowadays we are seeing the radical shift rather than women in HR. We are talking about women in HR, but we are also trying to see to it that how women can be placed in all the levels of management, not just HR, but now HR should also, HR personnel or HR executives should be also considered as a part of a top executive. They should be a part of the board that will come in the following slides. Now, how this radical shift, and there is a need to have this radical shift. Times are changing, something both women and men studying or working in HR need to understand. As per the Deloitte Global Capital Human Trend Survey, which highlights employers are demanding new skills. It's not just empathy or personal skills, people skills, but which new skills? New skills from HR professionals through the leveraging of technology for more data driven insights and talent analytics and employment experiences. Now, analytics and we can say the part of the mathematical and statistical part, which was more male dominated and which was not a part of HR department, but now employers want HR professionals who are more data driven. They focus on the talent which has analytical skills, and of course their employment experiences are also considered while recruiting the HR professionals. Yes, here it is. Start by putting an HR consultant on the board, that is board of directors, and an HR person at the leadership table. And that's, I have taken one very, we can say, a case study of women top CEO in a top corporate, which will be in the following slide, that how a person from HR or a person having an inclination towards HR or human resource management can change the situation of an organization from a turbulent situation to we can say revival of the organization to a most happening organization of the year. I have taken the case study which is in the slides. Of course, the flow will be just I'll be taking you to the journey of many women, we can say professionals who are in HR, and how they have successfully managed to combat the challenges or difficulties they have faced in their work-life balance or the journey to make a balance in work and family. Of course, to be strategic business leader, yes, HR people are just, we know them as coaches or they are into training and development, but they should act as a strategic business leaders, not just coaches. Employers need to underscore and promote diversity on the path to the top. Means it should not be only lateral, it should be a ladder of success by one than the other, and the employees in the organization should be motivated and given ample of opportunities to reach to the top level of management. Men need to feel greater acceptance in a traditionally female environment, which is HR, which it is perceived as a female environment, but it should be men also should be given greater importance. But both men and women equally need to be trained, supported in their transition with executive mentors to follow in order to be successful. Now here it is. These are this 10 how we can shift the radical shift, which radical shift and how the expectations can be raised. That is from a collective to a personalized approach. Collectively, the HR policies initially were designed with a collective approach and not a personalized or a customized approach. One of the case also I have shared is there in the slide. Next coming slide. From technology as a nice to have. It's not that we should have a technology as because other organizations are having or other organizations are moving to technology, but it should be considered as a transformational driver. Yes, whatever developments or advancements we are seeing in the field of HR are only because of the I think many of them might not be knowing it. It's one of the practice called as green HRM. Now, what is this green HRM? Green Human Resource Management. That is paperless offices, digital work performed by all the employees in the sense of recruitment, training, development. Here, technology has helped more or less has transformed the traditional methods of training, recruitment, hiring, and going on to digital mode of recruitment, hiring, and so on. And that, of course, made the system more fast, from slow to fast and to faster. Focus on current burning urgent issues. Now, in this pandemic situation, we have realized, we at our SNDT Women's University, we do have 1 month of internship for our students, girl students. And during this pandemic, it was a big challenge for these girls who are also living at remote places मतलब वो बहुत स्थिति से बहुत बाहर दूर रहती है, एंड दे वर नॉट हैविंग any source as such to join any corporate or banks for internship, because they have to work for 240 hours, that is 30 days they have to work. And as because of lockdown they were helpless, couldn't join any firm. But thanks to the digital era, and thanks to the online we can say ERP courses which they had attended meanwhile, that helped them, right? That helped them to complete their internship. So see how slow it was, but now with those with the use or help of technology, the things are moving fast and too faster, from intuition and biases to evidence-based working, right? From rigid hierarchical organizations to open, transparent, networked organization. From long-term plans experimenting using agile and design thinking methods. Every point of time you should be analyzing the challenges in front of you, and also analyzing the opportunities coming forth in the organization. Instead of going for long-term plans, we can have short-term goals, and that short-term goals will lead you to achieve your long-term goals in future, long-term objectives in future. From pleasing the boss to creating a meaningful employee experience. Yes, you should not only have that goody goody picture in front of your boss, but you should be good to all. You should be compassionate, having the spirit of cooperation to work as a team in the entire organization. From learning in classrooms to learning in the flow of work. Yes, what I mentioned in internship was the same. The things you learn in the classroom, that learnings in the classroom can be activated more if you are learning in the flow of work, when you actually practically work in an organization. Okay, and then from HR bureaucratic administration to client focused HR operations. Yes, bureaucracy means the traditional way, or and the you can say the reporting system which was followed from bottom to top, rather than to focus, that is client focused HR operations. Now they have every organization goes for matrix designs, where for each and every clients they have a different setup of organizational structure, and this is how the dynamism have been seen in the organization. From job based HR, है ना, पहले स्लाइड में मैंने बोला था जॉब एनालिसिस एंड डिस्क्रिप्शन, नाउ इट इज स्किल बेस्ड HR. What skills the human resource or employee is lacking, उसको क्या नहीं आ रहा है exactly, and try to understand the lacking skills and try to make him more equipped with that skills and competencies. Only then the organization as a whole, you know, can be moving ahead to its progress. Now let's come on to our main motto, that is how women in HR are taking place. As rightly said by Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, I measure the progress of the community by the degree of progress which women has achieved. Yes, and this in any country, its civilization is based on what at the degree of the civilization of the or the status what is enjoyed by the women in that country. Now, seeing or taking the example of Afghanistan, we can see what is the status of women in Afghanistan. But here, our great leaders had that vision and had that foresighted approach, and this is how the we can say doors of schools, the doors of we can say every glitches which were means tightly means limiting the freedom of women, or the we can say women in that period, was opened by these great thinkers. And here is how it worked, because I have taken the case of Sudha Murthy madam here. She, as such, we can see she was not an HR person in such, but she has broken that, we can say, male factor, where only male dominant, male dominance was experienced in the corporates. We all I think all of you might be knowing, but then too, I would like to read here that Sudha Murthy began her professional career as a computer scientist and an engineer. Okay, when she was, she had applied, she had seen the advertisement. She said that she has written because she has read that it was only for men. Then she She said that I am a gold medalist, I have a degree which is required for that job, then why only men? And she had that courage and boldly she had written a postcard to the company's chairman complaining of the men only gender bias, and that was a telco. And for her, she was the, we can say she is a pioneer in this field, where a special interview was arranged for Madam Sudha Murthy, and in that special interview she was hired immediately. can, can you imagine what kind of interview it might be, what kind of guts and Sudha Murthy madam have taken in that period, where the entire corporate or industry was dominated by male, and she was the first female engineer to be hired by telco Tatas. And now you know that she is very well known. She is a chairperson of Infosys Foundation and a member of Public Healthcare Initiatives of Gates Foundation. She completed a BE in electrical engineer from a college in Karnataka. She completed ME in computer science from IIS, and where she received a gold medal. And she is thus a first female engineer hired at India's largest auto manufacturer, Tata Engineering and Locomotive Company, which was actually hiring only men, but she brought a change. This is how women can bring change, and we as a women now in this meeting, we know that the meeting is open for all, but uh, जितनी भी लड़कियां हैं, they should see that how we can change the way people pursue a female as such. Their perception needs to be changed, their attitude needs to be changed, and of course that change of attitude, change of perception will come from yourself first. You from within have to think about it, that how I can change myself, how I can change the perception of others. Everything is possible, nothing is impossible. Yeah, right. Of course, yeah. Are you all with me? Hello, is the entire crowd with me agreeing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
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 madam. Yes, madam.
yes. Next. This is what we have to think out of the box, the glass ceiling and the glass wall effect. Now, what is this glass ceiling and glass wall effect? What I was talking about, the vertical and the lateral part can be seen here. Vertical means from bottom to top, and lateral means horizontally, how we can spread our arms, right? The glass ceiling, the glass ceiling is a metaphor for an invisible barrier. See, barriers can't be seen in the corporates. It's from their behavior, how they treat you, right? Invisible. The barrier is invisible. Invisible barrier that prevents women and minorities from moving up. The source has been written here. This paper was basically for women and minorities, and so the term minorities has been used. But as we are talking about women, see, glass ceiling is a metaphor for an invisible barrier that prevents women and minorities from moving up in rank within a business, up, that is top to bottom to top, a business infrastructure, despite their capabilities and credentials. Means they have their capabilities and credentials, they can move step by step to the topmost position, but the way they are treated, the way they are looked at, it creates an invisible barrier, and they themselves then they step behind, and they lack in taking initiatives to opt for such topmost job opportunities. Instead, these jobs, as many argue, are given to men who may not be as qualified, as indicated by the vast disparity between men and women. For this, you just read the books of Sudha Murthy madam, what challenges she faced at her times when she was in telco, and there itself she when she was doing her job in Pune, she met with Mr. Narayan Murthy. Then she got the support, and now because of his support, because of her support, he was able to start Infosys. That's a part, but everything cannot be discussed, because there are many more things what women in HR are doing to be discussed. But if you get time, just go through the book and the interviews with Tata ji. There are short videos and short interviews of Sudha Murthy madam, which actually will show you how this glass ceiling was experienced by her at the job. The next is a glass wall. This is a lateral part. The glass wall is slightly different. It represents a barrier preventing a women or minority from moving to a position that has a promotional ladder. In other words, instead of simply blocking women or minorities' potential rise, the glass wall effects works laterally, taking away the opportunity for the state group to be promoted. The entire team with which you are working, it should be considered uh, while uh, while you are for your promotional ladder. But that is what this kind of glass ceiling, which has now been broken. But this was a system which has been followed for years and years, and the dominance of men can be seen. But because of the initiative taken by such a dynamic, we can say, pioneer persons like Sudhamurti or Indira Nui, which I am having going to speak in the coming slides. These all, we can say, glass ceilings and walls have been broken now. Yeah. Do you know this personality? I have written already the name. It's there on the slide. Can anyone share any of the experience of Indira Nui, madam? Means just for what she is known. She's an Indian lady, right? Indira Nui, right? Celebrated former chairman and CEO of PepsiCo. The first, we can say, in Fortune 50, only some three women, and out of which one was Indira Nui ma'am, who was nominated in the Fortune 50 CEO list. And this is a proud feeling for us being an Indian. What made her to reach such a highest post? Or see, as a business career, she had some passion, and that can be seen. Indra Nui's business career is driven by a passion to do what's right, purpose. Then the drive to exceed expectations, that is performance, and the desire to help others, that is people. Because of her HR practices or the practices she initiated in PepsiCo, the entire, we can say, scenario of PepsiCo changed in the year 2006 when she joined. The performance of PepsiCo had improved, and she made lots of changes. Like in her interview, she also said that the sugarness or sugarly feeling of Pepsi, we know that products of Pepsi like Lay's, Frutilos, and she used to personally visit to the factory, and she used to have a dialogue with the workers working there, and the workers would get excited when she used to have a visit. And her approach towards the worker, that is having that people part in her, made the organization to even cope up with this with the issues which were going regarding the that different they had to give their different justification as to how they have organic contains, that is genetically modified organism. GMO was the we can say new technology which was adopted by Indira Nui, and many other things she had initiated at her tenure in the PepsiCo, and in 2019 she had retired. To how she yeah, now in 2021 she has been here named as America's self-made woman with a net worth of, we can see here, $290 million. It's as of 8th of April 21. We can see a PepsiCo's former chair, and she retired in 2019, working for 24 years with the company. As a CEO, she was through a bid to break up PepsiCo's nearly doubled sales and introduce healthier products and environmentally friendly practices. And here, this is the Fortune STEM stock, which we can see here. Now, Nui joined the board of Amazon in 2019. Looking to her career, Indra Nooyi came to United States in 1978 to attend graduate school after earning a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a master's in business administration in native India. She had an MBA degree, but she wanted to do her master's at Yale School, where she was working at BCG, that is Boston Consultancy Group. And when, on the day when she was offered the president post, this is a video of about nearly 5 to 6 minutes, an interview where she had, she has shared her experience when on the day where she had been appointed as the president post. Now, she had received a call at about 9:30 night, and she was very much overwhelmed and excited, and was eager to share this news with her mom. Her mom also stays with her, uh, and when she reached home, and just she was parking her car in the garage, and where the mother were waiting for her, saying that you can see here. She said that first go and get some milk. She said, I have some news for you. But in return, what Indra Nui's mom was insisting was, let the news wait. Can you go out and get some milk? Can you imagine, we are about to share the most, we can say, wanted or most, everyone has an aspiration to reach to that topmost position, and she has bagged that CEO post, and she wants to share her excitement. And here her mom is waiting, and she's saying that, can you go out and get some milk? And then she said, oh mom, you listen to me, what I am about to, what the news is, right? And then she then revealed that I have been appointed as the president of, as the CEO of PepsiCo India. And then her mom said, वो वहाँ का वहाँ पर छोड़ के आओ, leave that crown at the garage. Now, why I have used, I have taken this statement as HR person, or the person who is at the top of the organization at an executive post, how they can try to manage the balance in work life as well as family. It comes from the upbringing, it comes from the grooming. And here she has shared many of her experiences in that interview, what her mother, when she had a sister, when both of these sisters were groomed in an, we can say, fair and transparent manner, saying that you have to dream big, you have to you should have big aspirations, but that for that you should take yourself, and you have to put the efforts which you can do at your best. Means you have to show your capabilities at the level you can, and that type of grooming was right from their childhood. That was not that as she entered in some master, MBA course, and she get that inclination, she got that inclination, or she got exposed to various case studies and she felt that I should go for it. But it was from her mother she wanted, and that's how in that video she wanted to mention that how the grooming, or in what way they were nurtured by their parents, especially her mom, has made her to reach that part. Even if we can share our own experiences, we can see that how our parents have taken those hardships and efforts to educate us, to give us a good lifestyle and good values and morals, and that has made us, means like me or Bhagat madam or Bapat madam, we have experienced those things. And dear students, we are here trying to show you that uh, upbringing matters, or that passion which you have to develop within. You should have to recognize, you should have that realization of the hardships your parents are taking for you. Forget the bias about the men and women, forget the bias about feminism or the gender bias. You have to think yourself as a own personality or individual, and what you can do for the betterment of yourself, for the betterment of the society. And so I have taken these examples of successful ladies who have put their heart and head together for their family as well for the organization. Yeah. What about her strategic HRM? Right here, only 3 women CEOs in Fortune 50. Indira took the helm of PepsiCo in 2006 and created a new mission for the company, and that mission was performance with purpose. And how she achieved it was, the major part of that mission is empowering or retaining its people. And a very, we can say, unique style of her was writing to the employees' parents. Indraji used to, she started this system of writing letters to the parents individually. She has also mentioned in that interview that she had a format which was generally applicable for all the employees, but considering the qualities and capabilities of an individual, मतलब एक employee है उसका उसको पता है what kind of person he is, and then typing a customized para for that पर्टिकुलर, जैसे मैं भी प्रमिला पाटिल हूँ, मैडम को पता है मैं क्या हूँ, तो मेरी पर्सनालिटी को लेके कस्टमाइज्ड पैराग्राफ उन्होंने ड्राफ्ट किया है, और वो जो जनरली सबके लिए लिखते हैं उसके साथ मेरा कस्टमाइज्ड पैराग्राफ उसको अटैच करके शी हैड दैट प्रैक्टिस ऑफ सेंडिंग लेटर्स टू देयर पेरेंट्स, because she not only wanted the employees at the work, she wanted the whole self of that employee at the work, right? See here, in one of her interviews, Nuvi mentioned that when she visited her mother. I mean, when her mother was staying in India, she visited her native place. And पता है ना अभी US, I mean, abroad से आई है, तो उनके एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर कर रहे थे. एंड हमारे पेरेंट्स क्या होते हैं, हमारी जो भी बच्चों की जो तरक्की की होती है वो सबको उन्होंने ऑलरेडी बताई हुई होती है, और जैसे उनको पता चला कि इंदिरा जी आई है, वी हैज बीन देयर इन हर मदर्स प्लेस, सो वैसे ही सब नेबर्स और वो सब आके हाल चाल पूछने लगे. एंड शी वाज लाइक, मुझे, मैं माँ को मिलने आई हूँ और यहाँ पे सब मुझे, मेरी माँ ने सबको पहले से इन्वाइट करके लिखा. बट देन लेटर शी रियलाइज्ड that why are they coming? They are also eager to see the person who has reached to a topmost position, and that is because of my mother's efforts, or how my mom has raised me. I could gain that success in my life. Nui realized that her own career success didn't just make her mother proud, but was also an indicator of what a good job her mom had done in raising her. And then Nui then decided to write to parents of each of her and who were directly reporting, and which just right now we can see here what I have mentioned. Integrating employees, family members into their work experience is an example of wholehearted leadership, recognizing the whole person at work. And the person might be physically present, but in mind there might be lots of things which might be mingling him, and he might be disturbed, or he or she might be disturbed by working. But if you are well satisfied at home, or you're considering the family as such while framing your HR policies, of course, the whole person will be seen at the work. Yeah, you don't have to be Indira to motivate your employees like this. You don't have to be a CEO or HR recruiting professional can work to retain and inspire, but simply by thanking them, trusting them, and establishing a sense of purpose, you can bring that sense in each and every person in the organization. Yeah. American author Harry Beecher has said, women are the real architects of society. Of course, architects of society, because our family is built and developed and maintained and sustained by a woman. And that's the true for also for the society. And yes, HR leaders are the architects of culture. And if women as an HR leader, she will be an epitome for the architect of culture. In every domain, women leaders are taking charge in some of the topmost organizations. I have just taken some of the HR professionals from India. There was a list of 50 given by People Matters. And they had prepared this document for Women's Day celebration. Yeah, Ms. Ida Gupta. She is HR head at Microsoft India, and she had joined Microsoft in 2012 and became the head in 2017. She holds an MBA degree in personnel management and from CVS. Then she is not just a woman, but successful person, makes trade-offs, whatever is your choice. She had joined in 2012, and in 2017, she has become the HR head. Vishpala Reddy, she is the Chief People Officer of Uber. She joined in 2017, and the same year she was joined as a head. Earlier, she had worked for HR for as an HR for American Express in India. She has bagged the honor of Women Super Achiever Award at World HRD Congress in 2016. Here, Anuranjita Kumar, the Managing Director HR of International RBS. You can see here, she has joined RBS in 2017, and before that, she was Managing Director, Chief Human Resource Officer at South Asia at Citi from 2012. She worked in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Pradhanjali Rao, HR Head at SAP India. She has joined as Associate Manager, and quickly she took the position of HR Head. She has recently been conferred, that is in 2017, she had been conferred as Exceptional Women of Excellence in 2017. There are many awards, but very few have been seen here. Manu Narayan, the Head HR and Services at Coca-Cola India South. Sorry. She has worked with American Express for almost a decade and was responsible for driving HR transformations across 36 markets in Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific. She is a Six Sigma belt holder, black belt holder, in quality excellence. She is an instructional designer and also a facilitator on variety of leadership styles. This is how women have been performing well at HR background. Dr. Tanaya Mishra at Accenture, she is managing director at HR at Accenture. Before joining Accenture, she had worked in ACC Limited, Chopper Stop, SBI Life, JSWS. She has done a PhD in manpower planning and has a postgraduate degree in human resource with the LLB. This is how we can move ahead. Chief HR of Unilever, Ms. Leena Nair. I have always believed that one woman's success can only help other women's success. Yes, we all together have to join hands together and move together. Stay strong, you are the roots on, and you have to spread your branches and sprout like a big banging tree. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Shall I stop presenting my screen?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. It was indeed a privilege to hear from you, madam. And my takeaways for my students, I would like to repeat that HR is a very vast
Yeah.
area. But, madam, you have covered almost, you have touched upon various areas. You have motivated our girl students by giving examples of the highest rankers, HR heads of various companies. And also, yeah, I would like to repeat your sentence that yes, the three mothers, yourself, Anuja Bapat, as well as
Yes.
myself, our mothers were housewives, but
Yes.
still they have treated us, they have given us values and moral science lessons were very tough. And that is why I think we can also have a very good life balance between our work and our education as well as our home also. We are very successful in handling all these three things. To all the girl students, I would like to say that you all also watch Gunjan Saxena, the movie Gunjan
Movie.
Saxena. She was the first woman pilot, and there also you'll be able to understand what madam and we are trying to tell you all that how the woman has faced problems and when they launch their self into a totally male dominated areas, like
Yes.
Sudha Murthy madam like gave an example. And lastly, madam, I would like to bring your attention that today you told that it is a literacy day.
Yes.
Secondly, our principal, Pragati College, is a woman. Vice Principal Anuja Bapat Madam is a woman. IQSC Coordinator,
Yes.
myself, I'm a woman. Our IT Coordinator, Rupali Patil Madam, is a woman.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we all majority are women here, so woman empowerment is there.
Empowerment.
We
Yes.
have the chief guest woman from the Women University,
Yes. Oh,
and we are talking about women in HR. Such a beautiful combination and
yes.
coordination, and excellent to have you, ma'am. There are lot of takeaway points which our students will take. I think I just checked out with the students list also. I think Shank and Sahil, apart from two or three boys, we have
Voice.
majority girl students only from our college, from SNDT, as well as from other colleges also.
Yes.
Yes, it was excellent talk, and see, we are having lot of comments also that it was an excellent talk. Uh, in case we are almost towards the fag end of completing, but before the vote of thanks, do our students have any one or two questions for madam?
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Sure.
We
Before
can
that,
take one or two.
yeah, we can take question, but before that, I would like to thank our today's guest, Dr. Pramila Patil. The lecture was really excellent, and as Madam has said, you have almost covered all the areas. And the last part, what she has highlighted, it is really very interesting to know that today's lecture was fully woman empowered lecture
Yes.
because being all women are dominating here. When you were
Yes.
giving the example of Sudha Murthy, like how she delighted the family members by giving the letters to them, I recollected some of my memories when I was doing my refresher course in RKT College. My guide, that is Dr. Ram Prakash Naik, he was a HOD over there, and that time he gave the appreciation letter. Actually, it is not in the course there
No. No.
anywhere
Yeah.
that appreciation letter should be given to any of the candidates. But then that letter was given to our spouse at that time, because he
Oh.
said that as they supported, they allowed
Yes.
you for the entire day that you can attend it, so you were able to complete that course. So that is really something. Of course, he is a different personality only. We all see people, myself, and then Dr. Kishori Bhagat and Dr. Pramila Patil. We are the students of Dr. Ram Prakash Nair. We know him very well. So I was able to connect that. So I
Yeah.
thought that as we belong from the same family, I should share that with you.
Yes,
So
very,
yeah,
very actually, sir, means our guide, as she has mentioned, madam has mentioned,
yeah,
that used to write to the spouse. Only
yeah.
such things can be we can expect from our guide,
Yes,
Dr.
correct,
Prakash.
correct.
Yes, and
Exactly.
we are blessed to have him as our guide.
So now we can take
Yes,
questions
we
if
are
anyone
indeed blessed. Yes.
actually. Yeah,
Devika has given a comment that it was a great talk, and inspirational and motivational talk.
Thank
And
you.
one message goes that I am the student of SNDT college. Okay.
okay.
I don't see any questions. By the time we were having a word with each other, I thought that we could take one or two questions, but
Yes.
I don't see any questions here. So let us proceed with the formal vote of thanks as Madam has initiated on a personal ground. But formally, let me thank Dr. Pramila Patil, Associate Professor from SNDT University, Pune section. And thank you, madam. It was really inspirational and motivation with a lot of examples. Uh, Thank you to our principal, Jyoti Pohane, madam, for motivating and allowing us to conduct such programs. Vice principal and HOD Commerce, Dr. Anuja Bapat, madam, for all coming out with this, thought of having a lecture on women. So
Yeah.
because of online, we could organize, people coming from different areas without physically being here. Lot and lots more students we could, take into this particular online lecture.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, this is the biggest advantage, I think, because of online lecture. At any time you all can just join and be a part of these particular sessions which we are organizing. So thank you, Bapat madam. Thank you, Rupali Patil madam, for all the IT support. She's indeed sweetheart. She's always there at one call and she's always there. I also would like to place on record thanks to IQSC members, because at the back they had done a lot of helping for the pre-preparation work which we require for any particular program. Thanks to all the dear students from Pragati College, from other colleges, and from SRT University. Thanks for joining this, because without you, the program would not have been successful. One more thing, if you feel that this was a good seminar and people should watch it, very soon Rupali Patil madam will be uploading it on the YouTube. So you all can tell your friends to view this particular thing on Pragati College YouTube. And the last but not the least, the feedback forms link is already given in the chat box. You all can fill the feedback form, and everyone who attended this program, you will be getting this certificate. So, Bapat madam, with your permission, should we end up the program? Pramila madam?
Yes, madam. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Pramila madam, once again, and thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhagat madam. Thank you, Bapat madam.
Thank you,
Yeah.
madam.
Yeah,
Thank
Rupali
you,
madam. Thank
Rupali
you.
madam.
Yes, yes.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
Mrunmai,
all.
for always attending. Anuja Bapat madam, Mrunmai is always attending our webinar from Dhanukar College. She is there.
Ah, I saw her name. Hi, Mrunmai.
Yeah, thank you, one and all. Thank you. I think, Rupali madam, we will stop the recording.
Mrunmai, it is great from your side. Very
Yes,
good.
madam.
I see your name always. Okay.
Yeah, she is
Thank you.
always there. All our webinars she will
Always, yeah.
attend. Yes.
Yes,
Very
yes.
active and
Very enthusiastic and very
yeah.
interested in learning all the other things as
Yeah.
well, apart from the
Yes, yes.
lectures.
Actually, that is
Yes.
a very good sign. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Even my students, like